Ready, go ahead.
So a new poll from NPR and Marist said that nearly half of Republican men won't get the vaccine when it's available to them. And I know that last week you said that the Democratic administration might not always be the best messenger to communicate to everyone kind of the importance and the benefits of getting the vaccine. And so I just wanted to ask if the White House is making plans to try to boost Republican receptivity to the vaccine, and can you share what any of those ideas are?
Sure. First, the president's goal is to vaccinate all Americans, not just those who voted for him. Right now, the phase we're in is that demand for the vaccine still outstrips supply. We won't be in that phase forever, but right now the big issue is access and people wanting to have access to the vaccine. And so we're focusing on how to make it as convenient and accessible for Americans as possible. And I talked about this very briefly last week, but we know we need to meet everyone where they are, and that includes conservatives, and ensure there are trusted messengers who lead the way in those engagements. 81% of Republicans said they would trust their own doctor or health care provider in some polling that came out this weekend to provide reliable information about a COVID-19 vaccine. This is consistent with what I was conveying last week and some of the data that we've seen internally about how, yes, there are a number of prominent officials out there who, if they were more vocal about getting the vaccine, we'd certainly support that. But also doctors and local health providers we see poll after poll, are one of the most trusted authorities in communities, regardless of people's political affiliation, as are religious leaders and local leaders as well. So we are very mindful of that and thinking of ways to support, empower, help fund those efforts. We're also meeting regularly with conservative groups, faith leaders, and rural stakeholders to partner with them in boosting vaccine confidence. But I also have a couple of examples that I found interesting. Hopefully you do as well. We are focused on earned media and establishing partnerships with trusted messengers right now. We will quickly move to a big public campaign, which will be run out of HHS. There's even some funding in the American Rescue Plan for that. That will be a part of it that hopefully we'll have more to say on in a couple of weeks. But a couple of examples. Tomorrow, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Collins will be hosting an event with evangelical leaders to discuss the vaccine and how we can partner with them. Dr. Collins has appeared on the 700 Club. We also have done, of course, a range of engagements with different communities where there's vaccine hesitancy. Dr. Nunez-Smith on the Shade Room. Dr. Fauci did an interview with Gloria Estefan, which now I want to go find and watch myself, as I'm sure many of you do. So we are trying to be creative on earned media to meet people where they are, but we're also mindful of empowering, supporting local trusted voices, because we've seen that in poll after poll to be an effective way of reaching a range of communities.
Dr. Fauci said recently that former President Trump getting involved in this would be a game changer for encouraging Republicans to take the vaccine. Do you guys agree, and does President Biden want to see Trump get involved in this messaging?
Well, if former President Trump woke up tomorrow and wanted to be more vocal about the safety and efficacy of the campaign, of the vaccine, certainly we'd support that. But also, I think what's important to note is that, as I noted, 81% of Republicans said they would trust their own doctor or healthcare provider, and that's an important place to invest. Every other living former president, or most of them, if not all of them, has participated in public campaigns. They did not need an engraved invitation to do so. So he may decide he should do that. If so, great. But there are a lot of different ways to engage, to reach out, to ensure that people of a range of political support and backing know the vaccine is safe and effective. Go ahead.